Rosalyn Kahn.
Hi, everybody. This is Rosalyn Kahn with Living Your Best Life with Rosalyn Kahn. It is truly a distinct honor to have with us Mr. Tyler Gordon. Could you please say hello to the folks in the audience here?
Thank you. Hello, everyone.
Wow. Well, let me give you a little history about how this young gentleman and I met. It was a couple years back, and Tyler Gordon was being featured in a local magazine here in Los Angeles. He had flown down, and there was a museum exhibit for local African American artists here in the Beverly Center. And I was introduced to this young guy who just happened to have painted a picture of Kamala Harris. Now, how did you get to that museum at that place? Not literally drive by, but give us the background of how that all happened.
So I just woke up one day and I wanted to go to the Bay Area Bridge, and I just had the idea to paint Kamala Harris because one thing, for some reason, I knew that she would be the vice president, and like I said, I just had to paint her. And then a couple of days later, she called me on Thanksgiving, which was a really big shock to me. And during that time,
Really have a gift, my goodness.
it was just a really great and big opportunity for me.
Wow. Wow. No, that's amazing. Now, I was reading back through your history, and you told me this when I met you, that up to the age of 5, you were deaf and you couldn't hear, and it was about 6 years old when you started speaking, and people used to bully you because you didn't speak very well, and it was kind of
Yes.
tough. And you found your way with art. There's a great movie I just watched, and it's a movie called Coda. Have you seen the movie Coda?
No, I haven't. Sorry.
I want to recommend it to you because of your experience of being deaf. There's a young girl who's the only one who speaks in the family is deaf, but you found your passion was in the arts. And it was about 10 years old that you started painting, and you got your first painting up and out there. And it seemed like, where were you when you met Kamala Harris? Did very many people know about you? Were you virtually unknown, or where was your place in history at that time?
Um, I'm not quite sure. It was, I think, last year, right?
I think so.
Around last year, and I think I was in the same place I was now. Oh well, apparently I'm higher now, but I just like to stay humble. So I guess I was in the same place I am now.
Well, I think if I was to look back and look on your life, I'm a few years older than you, that was like a big break from you, because when I talked to you and I asked you what you were up and coming next, you said you were going to be on the front of Time magazine as the child of the year. And then as I followed some of your different posts, you weren't only the front of the Time magazine, there was a kids Time magazine of the year. You were back in New York, and things have really taken off for you. So that was kind of like the impetus.
Yes,
But as you say, you're the same kid as you always were. So,
yes,
well, what does that mean? Are you still in the same class you're at with all your same friends and things like that, or?
yes. I had the exact same friends I had since fifth grade. And I try to stay humble, and I try not to change.
No, I think that's really important, because we're all
Thank
we're
you.
all just people. It's not I'm going to be there, I'm going to be there. It's to be happy of what you have today. Now, you've
Thank you.
painted a lot of pictures. I know Kamala Harris was one, and you follow a lot of different icons and things like that. After Kamala Harris? What's the picture that really meant something to you?
Um, Sorry, my eyes are watering a lot right now.
I'm sorry.
Um, if it was, it would have to be LeBron. Um, it was one I painted for the Time magazine cover.
Hmm. Wow. Now, how long does it take when you create a picture?
Um, Usually, by average, it takes me about 30 to 20 minutes.
Uh-huh. Usually takes you about 30 minutes. Wow.
Yes.
That's all? I mean, you have such masterpieces, just 30 minutes. That's unbelievable.
Thank you.
Now, I also know that you opened up an art exhibit. You were going back to New York, and you were on a train or something like that, or a plane. How was that experience for you?
Um, Wait. Oh, okay. Oh, so that was a really big opportunity. It was my very first time actually doing an art gallery in New York, and I was actually really excited to have my artwork featured in a some type of gallery. So I was really excited.
Wow. Now, when you got to be in that art gallery, were there mostly kids or adults that were there with you that day?
There were a lot of adults, I would guess. Um, you never really caught, excuse me, you never really saw kids in there much.
Wow, wow. Well, the one thing I remember when you were in Los Angeles was the way that you connected with those young kids. Are you still in contact with any of those kids that you connected with here in Los Angeles? There was a young girl who was really talented. I don't remember her name.
Yes, I try to keep in contact with everybody I meet.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. You also teach some art classes, don't you?
Yes, I used to go live on Instagram and teach kids and adults just live paintings of Disney characters.
Wow. Now, can anybody literally paint, or do you have to have some hidden talent?
Yes, art art is what you make it, and there's no rule book on how to do it. So I've seen the most famous paintings sell for millions of dollars, and it's just a blue line down the canvas. Art is
Wow.
what you make it.
Wow. What's been some of the influences that have helped you to get your art where it is today?
I guess my mom and my supporters and my team too, they all helped me get this far.
Wow. What kind of people do you have on your team besides your mom?
I have my manager,
Mm-hmm.
my publicist,
Mm-hmm.
and excuse me, and my assistant.
Wow, that's great to have really truly have a team behind
I
you.
I think much more, but that's my mom's area of business.
Hey, well, it takes, Hillary Clinton said it takes a village to raise a family. And I know
Yeah.
with myself, I have a big group of people behind me and things like that. Now you're on the brinks of launching a clothing line. How did that come about?
Um. So when some people want some of my art pieces and they've sold already, um, we had the idea to put them on T-shirts. So when people still like want like something of that painting, they can get like a shirt or a sweatshirt or a bag even.
Oh, that sounds exciting. That's exciting. And when exactly is that launching?
Um, I'm not sure, sorry,
Okay.
but soon.
Wow. Of all the different festivities that you've done, what's just the thing that you've been most proud of?
Um, okay. I would guess meeting Kevin Durant.
Wow. Tell me, how did
He
that
really
happen?
inspired me to start basketball, and the first time I met him, it was just an honor.
How did you meet him?
So I painted him.
Hmm.
That was my second very portrait that I painted, and his mom contacted me, and she ordered three more.
Wow.
Then he contacted me and ordered 17 more friends and families, and then when excuse me, when I went on the show, Little Big Shots, they surprised me with him giving me tickets to the next Warriors game, and that's when I met him for the very first time.
Wow. That is really exciting. That is really exciting. I love that story. I love that story. How was it that you decided to paint the people that you do?
Um, it's usually people who inspire me or in some way are inspiring the world in some type of way.
Oh, that's cool. Who's next on your plate?
Um, I just finished this portrait to my left. I'm not sure if you can see the whole thing.
Uh-huh.
Um, I did that yesterday, but next coming up, I'm not sure.
Wow. Wow. Now, is it a matter of you selecting people or people asking you to paint them?
It's a mixture of both sometimes.
And where would you say your sense of creativity comes from?
Just my mom, because she paints too, and I guess my style sort of came from her.
Wow. Well, I remember when I met your mom and she told me she had an interesting way of painting. Could you share with us the way that your mom paints? Because I think it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, so she paints upside down. So she'll paint the entire portrait upside down. Then when she's done, she'll flip it over, and you'll see the entire thing. It's a view.
Wow. Now, how did your mom get started painting upside down?
She used to. She was around 6, 7, or 10.
Mm-hmm.
She would lay under her bed and paint. And since, excuse me, since she was painting upside down, it just sort of locked into her head, and that's the only way she could paint now.
Wow, that's amazing. Now, does anyone else in your family paint as well?
Yes, our entire family paints or draws in some type of way. My big sister, she draws really good.
Mm-hmm.
Then my big brother, he paints like galaxies and space,
Wow.
and excuse me, and really good detail too. Then my other sister, she paints like sci-fi stuff. So there's like people like peeling off their faces and like really good, great detail. Then my brother, he just draws.
Wow. So do you guys ever get together and sit down and have an artistic hour or something like that?
No,
It just kind of happens spontaneously
yeah,
like that. Oh, that sounds like really cool. Did your dad paint at all, or was he involved in the arts or anything?
no, not at all.
Not at all. Not at all. I think I heard some noise and I heard it was time to go ahead and take a break now. So we're going to just take a quick break for our commercial sponsors. You can just hold on real quick.
Thank you for your interest in In-Flight USA and our newest publication, BizAvJets USA. We serve general and business aviation throughout the U.S. For more information on submitting articles or advertising in our publications, visit inflightUSA.com. Thank you.
BizAvJets USA magazine is a new publication to the business aviation industry. And business aviation is a growing and thriving industry. We plan to bring you all the latest trends and news. We also plan to bring you new information about new airframes, systems, and interiors to market. Feel free to visit bizavjetsusa.com.
Senior Care Authority is a one-stop solution for helping you locate senior living options.
We understand the care, the costs, and the safety records of hundreds of communities, from assisted living and memory care to independent living and even skilled nursing. We help families cut through the complexity to make courageous, informed decisions under difficult circumstances.
Hi, this is Rosalyn. Welcome back. We're here with Tyler Gordon, who appeared with Kamela Harris when she was becoming vice president, changed his life, and he's told us the exciting excursions that he's gone to. And now let's get back and talk to Tyler again. So Tyler, if someone were to say to you, when you get to be 99 years old and you're back and you're looking at your life that's passed in front of you, what would you tell your great-grandchildren about your life?
That if they want to do something, go ahead and do it. Don't be afraid to reach out there and show the world your talent.
That is a really powerful, powerful message. Now, is there a secret to how you begin your day and what you do? Do you begin every day by getting up with gratitude, or do you begin every day with a paintbrush in your hand, or how is it that you start every day?
I eat. Um, and you should be surprised. I'm like a really heavy sleeper, so on days off, I will fall asleep at like 10, 12, and wake up at like 4 p.m.
Wow. Wow.
Yes, I'm a really heavy sleeper.
Hey, well, you gotta get those eye wings to be able to create those great artistic talents and things like that.
Yes.
And how many pictures do you paint in an average week?
Around 3 to 4 paintings.
3 to 4 paintings. 3 to 4 paintings. And if you were to give someone some suggestions on their painting skills or their artistic talents, what might you suggest to them?
That it's okay to make a mistake. Actually, in almost a lot of my portraits, I always make mistakes, but not many people notice them. So just don't be afraid to make a mistake, and excuse me, you can always try again.
Oh, that's important. They say mistakes are a step to getting ourselves to become more perfect. And I think if we improve each and every day, it just makes life so much easier. Do you ever have a teacher that you remember that recognized your artistic talents?
My middle school principal, Dr. A.
Mhm.
She was the first person from a school premises that actually showed interest in my artwork, and she supported me through all of it.
That is wonderful. I mean, I think
She still does, actually.
I think teachers are really the art and the inspiration. I was talking to my students in my class today, and they come from the inner city, the rough part of Los Angeles at John Fremont High School. And I asked them this question that I had read in a morning meditation. It said, do you live in the past or do you live in the future? And how would you respond to that?
I'm not quite sure. That's a really good question. I would guess I live in the future because I'm always trying to push forward and always trying to reach new heights.
Well, that's the answer to the key, because if you look back at all the successful people out there, they're future oriented. Martin Luther King had an idea, but he didn't know it was going to go ahead and take fire and things like that and get all those people to go out and follow. And, Tesla had an idea that he wanted to go ahead and get these cars, but everybody thought he was crazy, and look at where we are. And so if you keep your eyes pointed towards the future and you keep your eyes lifted up to what's up and coming, there's amazing things that can go ahead and happen and things like that. And, I think the thing that really inspires me most about you, Tyler, is you're just a kid at heart, and that, humility is a great gift, because when people are humble, that's really a powerful presence to go ahead and have. I really admire the fact that your friends are the same people that you had since you were in 4th or 5th grade, and you stay with them, because friendships are a thing that last a lifetime, and you never want to forget the places that you've come from or the lessons that you've gone ahead and learned. And this is a difficult question, but if today was the end and you had to go ahead and say goodbye to the world, I want you to tell me a message that you'd say that we haven't heard from you. What would be that message you'd say to the world that you haven't told us yet?
Okay, that's deep. Okay. I guess the first thing I would just tell my entire family that I love them.
No, that's really important. It's to share the love that we have in the world. I was reading another piece of information, and it was talking about all the diseases that we have. We have stomach aches, it goes to this part. We have back aches, it goes to this part. And we have these aches, it goes to this part. But they said the answer to all these is, watch me, smile, laugh, and to love one another is really the keys to happiness, health, and gratuity.
Alzheimer's, and I remember we were all in the hospital room, and for like 10 seconds she recognized who we were, and then it was gone. So it's like a thief. It's taking away memories and who you are as a person. Over 5.5 million Americans have Alzheimer's. That number may double by 2050. For more information, visit rightfocus.org.
Hey, are you looking to get blinged out? Well, look no further. Boss Lady Bling Blingy have all the bling you need. You can find us online at Lady Blingy 4 on IG or Lady Blingy on Facebook, or www.bossladyblingblingy here in sunny San Diego at 2031 Commercial Street, San Diego, California. Call us at 619-617-4586.
Good morning. This is Dave D. Smith. I'm with Banner Printing Company. We're a printing brokerage. We provide books, letterheads, envelopes, laser checks, accounts payable or payroll, and we provide promotional products, things like jackets, shirts with your logo on it, signs for the sides of trucks, and banners of any kind.
Hi, everybody. Welcome. There's just a few more questions we wanted to go ahead and ask, and I'm so excited we have this extra time to go ahead and fill those in. We're talking to Tyler Gordon. He's telling us about the world of art and where he's been and where he's gone, and I've got a good one for you. When you were first recognized, what was the one thing that you didn't expect that happened to you? Can you share that with us?
I didn't expect when I first started painting. I did not expect that Kevin Durant would actually offer me tickets to the game, and I also did not expect me writing a book. Actually, that's my first book. We Can't Push the Power, and it's about really big icons to inspire the world. And I did not see myself actually, writing a book.
Wow, that's a pretty cool book. What inspired you to write that book?
In this book, it's a really big icon to people who inspire me. So if I turn to a random page, yep.
Wow, that's great.
You would see Kamala Harris, just really big people who inspire me.
That is cool. I like that. So if there is one person in the world that you haven't met that you'd like to go ahead and paint, who would that person be that you'd like to meet?
A person that I painted and I really like to meet it's probably Obama.
Yeah?
I painted Obama a lot, and I really want to meet him.
What inspires you about President Obama?
Because, he's just a really good leader, and he just really inspires me, honestly.
What would you say it takes to become a really good leader?
Well, someone who's, someone who excuse me, okay, someone who is just, wow, okay.
You got it. It's okay.
Someone who is just really kind and understanding and is not afraid to make the right call.
Wow, that is really powerful. Can you imagine what it would be like if you were one of his kids being raised in the White House? What do you think that experience would be like?
It would be crazy, I'm guessing.
Be crazy. Crazy in what way?
It'll be a lot more attention than I have right now, and since he was president, and this would be a lot on me just for a kid.
Yeah, be a little bit more pressure than you already have. If you don't have enough pressure, you could add that on. It wouldn't make too much difference.
Yeah.
Now, I'm gonna look down toward the future, and we're gonna go down 10 years from now. And if you were to look back at your life 10 years from now, what would be the advice or the suggestions that you would give yourself?
To not be afraid to speak up.
Mm-hmm. What was one of the things that you spoke up about that you were surprised that you actually had a voice and you talked to people about?
My bullying. I was actually excited when I started to talk about it because it took some weight off my shoulders and I actually felt relieved about the situation.
Wow. No, that's really important. They say that sometimes it takes a big event in our life to change us, to figure out what's really important, to find our values. And some people say, why do we need to wait for these big events? But I'm certainly glad that you had the voice to go ahead and do that. And our last and final question is this. If I had an opportunity to put you together with the Vice President of the United States and you were to go ahead and have a conversation with the VP, What would be the message you would tell the VP? If you could say anything in the world, what would you advocate for?
That I'm just really proud of her. She's pushed through a lot, and she's faced many challenges and struggles. And I'll tell her that I'm just proud of her, and that she just really inspires me to keep following my dreams.
That is great. That is great. Have you had any conversations with her ever since you did the painting? Have you had any other conversations?
No.
No.
Sorry, I haven't.
Well, what I would suggest is I would simply go ahead and pen a note and just tell her thank you so much for giving you that phone call. And it's thanks to her that all the changes in the how your life has really opened up. And if it wasn't for her call, who knows where you'd be? And sometimes it's those small little extra little things that you do that really inspire people. And you've been such an inspiration to me. I want to say again, thank you, Tyler Gordon. My name is Rosalyn Kahn. It's called Living Your Best Life with Rosalyn Kahn every Tuesday from 11 to 11:30. You can follow me on all social media at that name right there, Rosalyn Kahn, Living Your Best Life with Chow Entertainment. Now, if people want to follow you, Tyler, where can they find you at?
They can follow me on Ty Gordon's World on Instagram. And if they ever want a portrait, they can just text me and we can work out the details.
Wow, that is wonderful, Ty. I'm going to give you a big hug. And we'll say I love you in sign language. From the bottom of my heart, I truly want to express my joy, appreciation, gratitude. And I hope that when you come to LA next time, our paths will cross. Is that a
Yes,
deal?
thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.
Nurse Access Staffing is seeking experienced RN and LVNs. For more information, call us at 818-697-4484 or check us out on our website, nurseaccessstaffing.com.